Okay, so Astral DJ's given himself a name finally. I think it's Joe. We're calling him Joe. I don't think that's his real name, but that he's settled for that. He's quite happy with that. He's got a thing about Joe Whitburn, we know that, so probably why. But he thinks he's an icon for DJs, I suppose he is. So, let's see who's next then. I'll get these monthlies done today and then we don't have to worry. And I can get on with the songs. So who's it going to be, Spirit, please? The song is Oops, I Did It Again. So what was it you did again? Virgo. Oops. So having to concentrate on money. So you spent too much again. And I know for one there's a Virgo that maybe has. Let's see. Oops, I did it again. Damn it. Oops, I did it again. Pluto transformation, number 11. Massively important. Hopefully, you have got Virgo in Pluto. Let's see what that means. 11th. Number 11. In honor, the Sumerian spiritual warriors. So, what does Virgo need to know for June 2022? Spirit players. Some of you, there's a Leo Virgo cusper. We've just missed the lightning storm that we've been having. It was very strong. Whether it'll come back again is another thing. So, the Gypsy card for the tall, handsome stranger coming into your life. Fire sign energy, possible child. Somebody in denial about what needs to come crashing down. Maybe your walls, because you do build eye walls, or that ivory tower that you've built for yourself that's become a prison. Anything that you start now, fresh, new job, new home, new relationship, whatever it is, Spirit are giving you their blessing. It will pay off within a year. But you've avoided some sort of catastrophe. Maybe you'll be accepting a proposal within the year, but the 16 is negative. Man and boy, fire sign, Aries, cusper, Aries, Pisces, Aries, Taurus, snake in the grass, somebody who's all mouth in their trousers, no action. Some this looks like it means that you're sticking your head in work again, aren't you? There's no time for play, and your inner child wants to go out to play, but there's no time for that. So you're stuck in limbo, in your comfort zone, trying to not think too far ahead, probably robbing Peter to pay Paul, in a dark place, not transforming, staying in your safety zone, and it's because of financial problems. You're keeping the wolf from the door, basically, but it will change. It's only for this next 6 months. Next year should be much better by the look of it. It is about shared resources. It is about possible affecting your stomach, because that's what it does when you're nervous or when you're worried. It goes to your stomach. So try not to worry too much, eh? It looks like finances to me. Maybe there's a new, another child or the kids are costing you money. It's usually a fire sign though. Oh, it looks like a fire sign that's costing you money. And refusing to do out about it. It's just another thing, I'm afraid. But 16 and 13 are definitely negative. You've got to accept help when it's given, and you've got to accept things as they are. Yeah, things are not clear, and it's been a path of blood and tears. You're ping-ponging between 2 properties, 2 jobs, 2 people, 2 situations, and it's all a bit of a mess, isn't it? The 18 is negative. What have I just learned about the 18? There's something. Ipona, 18th of December. Yes. Somebody breeding horses. That one. Wise, wisdom, confusion. Learning some hard lessons in life. Not being able to stand on their own 2 feet. Sagittarius energy. So it may be a Sagittarius, this fire sign that you're dealing with. Not looking after themselves. Yeah, somebody's acting without thinking. Doing something stupid. Not finishing what they started. Oh, God. So addictions, alcohol, drugs, shopping, etc. It's all causing a bit of upset in it. 14 is negative. So 14, 13, 14. The only one that's missing is the 15. So there's a woman scorned, wants to cause problems. Bad advice received from a doctor, priest or lawyer, or an Aquarius cusper. Pisces Aquarius or Capricorn Aquarius. Action is needed. I think it's to do with finances. Somebody's not telling you everything because of addictions, but you're going to have to wait till after Mercury retrograde, which finishes on the 2nd, I believe. Somebody's made a bad choice here. Communications with siblings, issues with hands, arms, shoulders, twins. Gemini energy, negative. 6 or 24, negative. Somebody's in, there's some sort of addiction, and I think it might be to do with kids, to be honest, the younger generation. And you've got to take action now and sever ties, because this isn't, whatever this is costing you financially, and you can't afford it. There's problems with money, definitely. Somebody's bleeding you dry by the look of it. So it could be Sagittarius, it could be Gemini. They're the ones that are mentioned. Possibly Pisces, but there's not much sign of that. It's just the Neptune energy. Pisces is in Neptune, and it means that the world, it will change. The world will end, or the world you know will end. Something is changing. And you're confused about it. How it's going to change. Financial success, so it may change in a good way. A Leo Cuspo, which could be you. If you take action. So you've got to take the bull by the horns and stop putting the bill behind the clock and face it head on. Ring them up and make a deal with them. The answer is no, not right now. There's no happiness or love. You're more concentrated on the finances at the minute. Yeah, because somebody's used you for money and now you're stuffed. And that's not fair. They keep telling you they ain't got enough, but they have. Insecurity. Somebody's up to no good and they're keeping things close to the chest. Epona, that's why I mentioned it. I'm pretty sure it's the hell will freeze over before they apologise. Somebody born 1966 plus or minus 12 February to February. And failure and lack of abundance. I think it's because of the kids and it's going to come to light. There possibly is a Leo involved, but there's definitely fire signs involved. Your path will be cleared. Obstacles removed. Somebody will not be able to keep you in the dark any longer. They've possibly owe you money and they haven't paid you back. It's left you in a negative situation financially and you're having to work harder than you would. But this is changing. So that's what Spirit wants you to do and you're not doing it. So we've got 11, we've got 13. So we missed the 12, which is the Pisces energy, but we've got Neptune. Then we've got the 14, which is addictions, not standing on your own 2 feet, or somebody isn't. Then we missed the 15, and we've got the 16, which is this, you can't keep brushing things under the carpet and pretending it's not happening. So that needs to be settled. And then we've got the 6 or the 24 that is negative. Siblings, children's siblings, and the 19, 18 and 19, which is, the 18 is confusion, but by the 19th, it will all become clear. So we're in a transformative situation. The world as you know it will not be the same. So, Six of Swords, it's time to move on. Leave the stormy waters of the past behind. People living deeply have no fear of death. So you shouldn't fear any endings. Because that, if you do, that's shallow living. If it's going to go, let it go. Pluto is the smallest planet. Probably carries the most weight. It's the planet of extremes. Birth, death, sex, and Pluto's themes. And birth is not an option here because there may be a termination of a pregnancy or something that doesn't go full time. In Greek legend, Pluto was the god of the underworld. His earlier name was Hades, so the devil, there's your 15, came to designate the dwelling place of the dead. The name Hades means the unseen, so what's hidden from you, the confusion, the purposeful avoidance there. It transforms areas of your astrological chart without you knowing until the explosive blowout. So you can only put it off for so long. Pluto was discovered in 1930, and although it's now considered a dwarf planet, transits from Pluto are extremely powerful and bring on significant life changes. In traditional astrology, Pluto is the higher octave of Mars, but has some similarities to Saturn. Oops, I did it again. I'm sure it's got something to do with Mars in it. It's about force of oppression, so somebody keeping you down. Pluto governs renewals and rebirth. It brings to the surface things that have been hidden, what did I say, or felt deep inside. These are sometimes painful to confront, and they are embarrassing or taboo. The dwarf planet tends to inspire unwelcome surprises. Pluto can be like the tower, what do I say, collapsing in your life. A life from which you must rebuild from the debris, but somebody's trying to avoid that. And also inspiration. Many things you have relied upon for always being there may suddenly disappear or leave. More than anything else, Pluto represents endings and new beginnings. It is not a card of physical death per se, since in our lifetimes we experience many deaths and new starts. This is simply a time when the decks are wiped clean for new action. Most of the time you begin to feel ill at ease with the feeling of something not right and things going down strangely with an eerie silence like the Titanic. If you're in a relationship that's been difficult, it will either end or it will deepen and become more fulfilling. Any romance that starts at this time should prove to be intense. It's very important not to try and control things. Instead, surrender to the ups and downs for a while. Although some of these changes will be painful ones, that said, this is a time of intense sexuality. It may come in various forms: great sex, not enough sex, strange sex, but most likely intense and consuming sex. In terms of job or career, it may be time to get another one. When the Pluto card presents itself in a reading, you may have recently been infatuated with a hidden subject, certain mysteries, or the taboo. This could be a time when you are able to sense and feel the spirits around you, and sometimes this card indicates psychic attacks, and thus you should be careful who you open up to. Be cautious if you are involved in anything paranormal or occult in nature. You are not vulnerable, in fact your strength is growing, but it's important at this point to spiritually protect yourself from anything negative, such as energy vampires and lost spirits looking for a home. You may become upset concerning something about your past that turns out to be not what you always thought. On a more mundane level, you may have to be more careful with your finances, taxes, yes, inheritance especially. You might have the opportunity to suddenly move to a new home, yes, but beware of foundation, water and sewer problems, and also the possibility that the house might be haunted. Think of Pluto as leftover things that tend to languish in a state of decay. So maybe one of your kids needs to move and they're trying to get money out of you and they haven't paid you back for something else. Rejuvenation, healing and birth. Transformation, endings, beginnings, new ways of being, the end of the old with intensity. So it's going to come to an end in a dramatic fashion, I would have thought. And we've got Inanna. So, Inanna is the spiritual warrior who descends voluntarily to the underworld to meet her dark sister, Erish Kigol. Immense courage and bravery, sacrifice and surrender to life, facing your shadow self, letting go of outmoded identities, being stripped of illusions and facing the whole truth. Well done, Spirit. So it's all about transformations. The end of the world as you know it. Joining Inanna means that you are going to go on a journey of self-discovery, whether you like it or not. It can sometimes be brought about by a disaster of some sort that you've been trying to avoid, or you didn't see coming because people have been trying to confuse you. This can sometimes be brought on by a disaster of some sort, which means change. Alternatively, you may decide independently that the time has come for change and make space in your life to go on a spiritual quest. However you begin it, what is certain is that you will emerge from this journey changed in the deepest aspect of yourself. You will have faced the void and emptiness and survived, having come to know yourself in a deeper way. This requires great courage and sacrifice, so let Inanna, who has walked this way before you, be your guide. So, it's not going to be pretty, but you have got someone in the flesh or spirit who will walk beside you because you do it for others. So, let's see. Oops, I did it again. So overspending, addictions, problems with kids costing you money and not paying you back, that sort of issues, work. For some, it could be shared resources and relationships that are a problem, but it's mainly having the finances to stand on your own 2 feet. So this is the thing, right? Forgiveness. Angel wisdom reminds you that challenging people and situations are sent to you as important teachers, and without them your soul could not grow. But your guidance is to let go of the hurt, resentment and anger of the past, because when you forgive others and yourself, your karma is rubbed out of your soul records. You will enjoy love in your heart and lightness of spirit. So ask the angels to help you dissolve your hurt, your anger, and maybe even guilt. They will take your burdens from you. You have to love yourself unconditionally. There's nothing to forgive. This is your life. You're not living anybody else's. Love is forgiving. So open your heart and give love. Forgive yourself and others and be free. So forgive, I don't know, people for not being who you thought they was. Forgive people for all that they've done to you, and you forgive yourself for anything that you believe you've done wrong. Because today is a new day. If you're living in the past, you're depressed. Draw a line in the sand and begin again, and decide what you will put up with and what you won't put up with today. Doesn't matter what went on in the past, doesn't matter what you're looking forward to in the future. What will you put up with today? Let's see. Yep, Libra, could be law courts, 9th house, and Saturn of Truth. So, 9th house, bloody hell. Yep, Sagittarius, there it is. Not standing on your own 2 feet, codependent situations, addictions, problems with the hips and thighs, possible weight gain, universities, publishing houses, newspapers, foreign shores, higher learning, philosophy, distant horizons, ethics, visions, beliefs, religion, long journeys, in-laws, and foreign affairs. And then we've got Saturn in Libra. The placement may have difficulty in relating to others. Coolly objective with infinite patience, it holds back from intimacy and is lonely as the consequences. So, no sex please with British, and it's because of that there's no emotional contact. That's not what you need. You need to be loved, and you need to love yourself, and you need to forgive yourself. So, remember that. Stop putting yourself in the negative and chucking yourself into work, and start thinking about your health and happiness as well. Okay? Thanks for listening. Bye.